Okay. This is going to be a very, very quick video on Seth. Um, a lot of people got Jane Doe today, you know.
Be my research subject?
Jane Doe. A lot of people got Jane Doe. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent.
Which alias
Um,
should I use this time?
and Seth is by far her best teammate, and he is the best teammate for a lot of anomaly characters. But he's kind of complex to understand if you don't know like the ins and outs of his kit. So I'm just gonna explain them briefly. Um, for every character, you always want to go to their core skill. That's basically how they're played. I'm not going to read it all. You can read it, but there's two very important things you need to know. The first thing is that he is a defense character, so he gives your characters a shield. And when a character on your team is, when that shield is on that character, they get an anomaly proficiency buff. And what anomaly proficiency is that anomaly proficiency is basically, in a nutshell, how much damage your anomaly will do whenever you proc it. Your anomaly mastery is how fast your anomaly gets built up on an enemy. So anomaly proficiency is really, really important for getting those big damage numbers. And since Jane is a main DPS on-field anomaly character, you want to have a really high anomaly proficiency amount. When it comes to that number, if you look at the core skill, it says um, the base is 62, I think. Or actually, no, that's before. It's some number, but every time you level up his core skills A, B, C, D, E, F, it'll go up to a maximum of 100. And if you have a really well built Jane Doe, you should have around 300 anomaly proficiency. So if you have a fully built Seth, you will have around 400 anomaly proficiency with Jane. And just for clarification purposes on the damage I have now, without Seth, I would do about 250k thousand damage per anomaly max. But with Seth, with currently giving me 75 anomaly proficiency, I would do about 600,000 with Jane Doe per anomaly tick. And these are just rough estimates, it's not always consistent, but that's just the highest number I've seen. And I'm not doing any numbers or anything. This is just an extremely quick guide. But let's move on to how to play him. And I'm going to go into the VR training for this, because how to play him is very important as well. Oops, I went to the entirely different thing here. I need to go over here. Yeah, we're not doing any editing either. I'm literally just putting this together.
Officer One.
So let's use Jane.
I've been waiting for you.
And then let's use Seth. The team I use, I put
Officer
Grace in this third slot, but you can put a bunch of different characters in this third slot. You can put Rena if you have her. You can put Ambi if you have her. But you always need to have Jane in front of Seth, no matter which team composition you do. Because for Seth's kit, you need to do a lot of quick assists, and his quick assist actually goes to the character behind him in the rotation. So you always need to have your main DPS anomaly character, most people will use Jane, in front of Seth in your team comp. So it doesn't really matter which order you do it in, but you need to make sure that Seth is after Jane. So you can do it like this and then have a character here, but just make sure that Seth is after Jane, or whatever anomaly character you choose to do. So how to play him, it's honestly a pretty simple thing. Let's raise the enemy level real quick. Let's do 60, let's do infinite energy, and then let's do frenzied maniac just cause. So, as I said before, the way that you get the anomaly proficiency buff is if your character has Seth's shield on them. And that shield will be represented by a blue section on their health bar. There's two ways to get this done. Oops. Two ways to get this done. One way is if Seth has energy, you do his EX move, and his bar will get filled up on the top left. It's already filled up in training, but every time you do triangle, that bar should fill up to max. And then when it's filled up to max, you can now hold square, his basic attack button, and then that will put a shield on Seth. But as you see, once you get that full, the quick assist comes up, and that should be the character before Seth. When you press quick assist, that shield now transfers to the person you quick assisted onto. So now while Jane has that shield, her anomaly proficiency will be higher. And then we get some nice numbers. If we actually look at her stats here, her anomaly proficiency is plus 75 now because of the Seth shield. Another way you can get a shield on a character is by doing a parry. A defensive assist, as some people would say, as the game says. So, because you get that quick assist proc when you do the defensive assist. So basically, every time you quick assist is when you get that shield on the first character. And that's all you need to know about playing Seth. So basically, every time you have Seth out, if he has his EX special, you do that. Then you hold square, then you get the quick assist. Or you can do his defensive assist to get the quick assist, and it puts the shield on. Another quick thing to know is that Seth actually scales off of attack. His shield scales off of attack. And you want to have the biggest shield possible so that it stays on your character for the longest. So make sure you build him with a bunch of attack. Otherwise, in regards to sets you can put on him, you can pretty much, improvise. You can build him in whatever way you want. He already builds up a lot of anomalies, so I don't really think anomaly proficiency would be good for him. But just make sure you have a lot of attack on him. Level up his weapon, level him up himself to get a bunch of attack. Just make sure you have a high attack number on Seth, and you should be good.